You! Give Hinata back! The Cloud Ninja turned at the sound. A few feet from him stood a blond boy, clutching a kunai in his small hand. He sneered and replied, "Get out of here, kid. This is none of your concern. What are you doing with Hinata? Our village plans to use her to make our ninja stronger with the power of the Hyuga's Byakugan. With it, the hidden cloud will become unstoppable." The Cloud Ninja was about to laugh when he felt the bag he carried begin to shake. He brought the bag in front of him and prepared to punch the girl. A kunai pierced the man's stomach, making him drop the bag. He stumbled back, clutching his wound. He looked up to see the blonde kid holding the blade, dripping with his blood. His eyes were like ice, which pierced his own glare. "You got guts, kid. But now I need to kill you and get out of here." The ninja went through hand signs and aimed his hand at Naruto. Lightning style. Thunderbolt Jutsu. Blue lightning shot from his hand and flew towards Naruto. Naruto responded by creating his own Thunderbolt Jutsu. The two attacks clashed, blinding the Cloud Ninja. Naruto, taking the advantage, knocked him out before he could regain his sight. Letting out a sigh, Naruto ran over to the bag, which held Hinata. He opened it to see the form of Hinata. Her hands were tied with rope, and her mouth was covered with a piece of cloth. Tears were falling from her white eyes. He lifted Hinata out of the bag and quickly cut her bindings. As soon as she was free, she pressed herself against Naruto, sobbing. "Don't worry, it's okay. You're safe now," Naruto said softly as he stroked her dark blue hair. He looked up from Hinata to see a few figures approaching. All of them were Hyuga, with Hiyashi in front. As soon as they spotted him, the veins around their eyes grew more defined, signifying the activation of the Byakugan. He could sense their fear and anger as they drew closer. "Lord Hiyashi, behind Lady Hinata and the boy!" Naruto turned when the Hyuga called out. He saw the injured figure of the Cloud Ninja, his one hand over the wound on his stomach, the other with a kunai raised in his grip. "Because of you, my plan to kidnap the girl failed. Go and die, you brat." The Hyuga clan members dashed towards the ninja but were beaten by Naruto. The kunai he held glowed with his blue chakra. With speed on par with a jonin, Naruto shoved the blade through the ninja's throat. The last thing the Cloud Ambassador saw was Naruto's fox-like whiskers and blood-red eyes. His face showed pure fear as, even in his last moments, he could feel Naruto's killer intent. The Hyuga looked on with awe and fear as the 7-year-old boy killed the grown adult. Their fear only grew stronger as Naruto landed on the ninja's dead body and began to stab it. He let out a roar and began to scream. "Die! Die, damn it! Just die!" Just what is this kid? This chakra I see is not the Nine-Tails. It is all coming from his own reserves? Even the ki he is releasing is different from the fox's. Hiyashi mused as he watched the Jinchuriki continue to stab the Cloud Ninja. He had slain many opponents during his time as a ninja, but he had never witnessed something so revolting in a long time. "What should we do, Lord Hiyashi?" the Hyuga asked. "Inform Lord Hokage about what is happening. Perhaps he will be able to stop the boy." "There will be no need for that, Hiyashi. I already know everything." The Hyuga leader turned to the voice of Hiruzen as he walked towards them, flanked by two Anbu. "The Cloud's ambassador tried to kidnap your daughter, and Naruto was the one to save her." Hiyashi nodded and turned back to Naruto. "He's not using the Nine-Tails chakra. Could it be that the reason he's like this is because he made his first kill?" Hiruzen closed his eyes and nodded. "It's also because Hinata was threatened," Hiruzen thought to himself. His thinking was interrupted by Naruto's scream. He kept his eyes closed, unable to watch as the boy he saw as a grandchild sink deeper into madness. Naruto's voice was slowly beginning to fade, but his arms continued to swing. He could not see or hear anything around him. Even Kurama from inside his own mind was unable to get through to him. "This is bad," Kurama said with a grunt. "If he doesn't calm down soon, he'll start drawing on my power. If that happens, the third may have to take drastic measures." Kurama was about to try and take control of Naruto's body when he sensed a figure approach the boy. Naruto had not noticed the figure until they wrapped their arms around his waist. His hand was raised with the kunai still dripping with blood. He looked down to see the form of Hinata, could be seen crying. "It's okay, Naruto. The Cloud Ninja is dead. I'm safe." She raised her head to stare into Naruto's red eyes. Not a single amount of fear could be heard in her voice. She tightened her grip on Naruto, holding her stare. "You need to stop. I don't want you to get into any more trouble because of my weakness." Naruto stared back into Hinata's pale gaze. Slowly, the anger melted away, and his eyes reverted to their normal blue. His arms fell limply to his side, the kunai slipping from his fingers. He closed his now tear-filled eyes and uttered 2 words in a whisper that only Hinata could hear. "Thank you." Hiruzen appeared beside the 2 children, his eyes focused on Naruto's unconscious body. After checking him over, he turned to the young Hyuga, a smile on his aged face. "Thank you, Lady Hinata, for saving Naruto. I'm grateful." Hinata looked up at the 3rd Hokage, wiping tears from her eyes. She gave a nod, followed by a weak smile. Hiruzen picked up Naruto and turned to face the Hyuga clan head. "It seems your daughter has gotten quite close to Naruto. You should be proud of her. Now, tomorrow I would like a report of the events leading up to the kidnapping." The 3rd turned to his Anbu. "Have a message sent to the Hidden Clouds Raikage, as well as a scroll containing the ambassador's body." The 2 nodded and began their task. Hiruzen, still holding the Jinchuriki, bowed to Hiyashi and dashed in the direction of the Leaf Hospital. Hiyashi turned to his daughter. She looked up at her father with a blank expression. Something has changed about her. To think she would care about that demon child.